Hello. In this video, we're going to focus on week 3 Hangouts, which will talk about visual aids, how to explain graph and chart, and also how to say number. So starting with page 1. So here, I have asked you to name the following visual aids. So this exercise is quite easy. The first visual aid is a bar chart. And then the second visual aid is a line graph. Next, we have a pie chart. And next to the pie chart is an organizational chart. And also down here, we have tables and a flow chart. So this is just to refresh your memory from last week. So then I have asked you to think about what visual aids you're going to use in the following situation. For example, if you want to show your company market share, which visual aids you're going to use? The best answer is to use the pie chart because the pie chart is used to show the relative size of the data. So if you would like to know your market shares of the company, so you can use the pie chart. Next is the step to be followed from order placement to delivery of the product. So if you would like to show a process or a step-by-step approach, you should use the flow chart because the flow chart can show and explain the step from the beginning until the end. And next, your company new organizational structure. So here we will use the organizational chart. And then the last one, your record of sales for the first 6 months of the years. You can use the line graph to show the record of sales, or you can use bar chart as well. Next is the first listening exercise for week 3. So here I have asked you to listen to 3 presentations and identify which of the following visual aids that each presenter used. So here is the answer key. So for flip chart, the third presenter used the flip chart. And for whiteboard, the first presenter used the whiteboard. And then the second presenter used PowerPoint slide. How do we know about that? So when we listening to the audio clip, we tend to listen to the keyword. So here we're going to look at the keyword from the 3 presentation. So now let's look at presenter 1. These are the missing words. First, take a look at these figures. So here we still don't know what visual aids that he is using. They clearly highlight how the combination of 2 significant external factors affecting our business in the first 2 quarters of this year. We still don't know what visual aids that he used. But then on the third sentence, I will just write some figures on the board and then we will go on to discuss the next part. So here, when you listen to write and on the board, you know that this presenter used a whiteboard. And next, presenter 2. Okay, let's now have a look at our new magnetic ski rack Matterhorn, which was launched in August. So here we still doesn't know what visual aids that he used. But then when he says, on the next slide. So this is like a clue to tell you that the second presenter used a PowerPoint slide. And then presenter 3, these are the sales figure for Europe for the first 3 quarters of this year, so we still don't know. As you can see here, we have had a very successful year. So these 2 sentences we still doesn't know. We still don't know what visual aids that the speaker used. And then to highlight our success even further, let's go back to the 2003 figure on the previous page. So here we have the keyword page. And then let me just flip back to it. So the only thing that can flip back is the flip chart. Next, we're going to explain graph and bar chart. So I have taught you from the previous lessons that there are 2 ways that you can explain graph and chart. So you can use subject, verb, and adverb as in these examples. The numbers rise sharply, sales fall slightly. Or you can use the noun phrase with adjective and noun to describe trend or movement like here. The sales experience a sharp fall or a shortfall was recorded on the first quarter. So a noun phrase can be an object and subject of the sentence. So for your exercise, I have asked you to change from the noun form with the noun phrase into a verb form with subject, verb, and adverb. So let's look at the example together. There was a dramatic increase in the number of sales. So this is a noun phrase with adjective and noun. So in order to change this into a verb form with subject, verb, and adverb, the easiest way that you can do is to find the subject of the sentence first. So we remove the subject here. We remove the number of cells here and put it at the beginning of the sentence, and this will act as a subject now. And then we are going to change the noun from here into a verb form. So the number of cells increase. And then we're going to change the adjective into an adverb. So here we get the numbers of cells increase dramatically. So look at sentence one together. The graph shows a sharp fall in the sales of the tablet. So we need the subject for the new sentence. So here, the sales of the tablet become the subject. And then we change a fall from a noun into a verb, luckily, because they have the same form here. And then we change adjective into an adverb. So we have the sales of tablet fall sharply. Again, with sentence 2, we can see a significant rise in ticket sale. So we move ticket sale to the front to become a subject, and then we change rise from noun into verb, and we change adjective into an adverb. So we have ticket sale rise significantly. So we do the same with the rest of the sentences, and here's the answer keys for all of this. So you can have a look at it. Next, we're going to move on to match the pictures with the statement that best describe the picture. So here we have the statement, and below we have the picture. So I'm going to look at the picture and read the sentence that best describe each picture. So for picture A, okay, I will read it from the statement so that it will be easy for you to follow. So here for picture A, the best sentence to describe this one is number 10. The share price went down steadily. And then for picture B, the best sentence to describe it is the share price fell rapidly. The share price fell really quickly or rapidly. For picture C, the best sentence to describe it is the share price reached a low point and then recover or improve. Next, picture D, the sentence to describe picture D is number 8. The share price level out, so it stayed the same. And next with picture E, we have the share price went up steadily, number 3. And next with picture F, we use the share price decrease slowly. And then with picture G, from here, where we use number 4, the share price increased dramatically. Okay. And then with picture H, we use number 2, the share price rose slightly. It's not a lot. And then with picture I, we use the share price reached a peak. And then with picture J, we use the share price fluctuated. Fluctuated means it's going up and down. So here is the answer key. Next, we're going to move on to another listening exercise. So in this exercise, I ask you to fill in the 8 missing words the presenter talk about the passenger volumes of his airline. So on the vertical lines here, we have the numbers of passengers in millions. So here, is for 1 million. And then we have the months from January to September. So on your handout, some bits are missing here. So I have replaced it with the complete line graph. So I'm going to read it and then I will show you the missing word later. So here, first, I'd like you to look at this graph which shows the ups and downs in our passenger volumes over the past 9 months, okay? As you can see here, passenger number fluctuated between 2.1 and 2.3 million in the first 4 months, so here, January and April. They even rose moderately in May, reaching just over 2.5 million at the end of the month. But in June, you will notice a sharp fall in June in passenger numbers as a direct consequence of HLX entry into the market. Now, as you all know, HLX is a no-frill airline with direct flight to almost all major Southeast Asian cities. Next is passenger traffic slumped to about 1.5 million in June, a decline of almost 40%. Now, in early July, we introduced a new, more aggressive pricing system to boost sales. As a result, ticket sales start to pick up in July. So by the end of September, numbers have reached just over 2 million. So here, how do you describe the line graph? And these are the missing words that I just read out. So you can have a look at it. Next, we are going to move on to saying the numbers. So in this exercise, I have asked you to listen again and then write down the number that you hear, both in the numerical and written form. So the first number is 251. Next is 7,489. For number 3, it's 3.8 billion. And next, number 4, we have 49 million euros. And then again, another amount of money, $19.62. Then we have fraction, 2/3. Next is 175 square meter. And next is the big number, 1,240,000. And then the decimal point, 7.2. So congratulations if you get it all right. Next, next is another listening exercise. So the past week you listened a lot. I asked you to listen to 3 presentations and fill in the missing numbers here. So first is the car sale in 2004 from the first and second quarter. So in the first quarter, Germany sold 18,250. So this is the missing word, missing number. And next for EU, on the second quarter, it sold 47,500 cars. And for the non-EU, on the first quarter, it sold 8,000 cars. Next is the details of the new open plan office. So for the dimensions, it's 24.8 meter. And for the area, it's 400 square meter. Next is the hotel price, room price in Europe. So the missing number is for Rome and Milan. So the missing number for Rome is 239 euro per night. And in Milan, it's 215. So here's the missing number. And next, we move on to approximate number. So in this exercise, I have asked you to put the following words into correct columns. in the table. So for something that is less than, we use a just a little less than or just under. For something that is about the same, we use almost, about, approximately, around, nearly, or roughly. And then for something that shows that something is more, we use just over or well over. And next, I have asked you to rewrite the sentence replacing the exact number with approximate one. So here, this is a possible answer. You don't have to use the same as me. Okay, so the original sentence said, last year we sold 80,084 mobile phones in Thailand. So if you use the approximate number, we will use something like, last year we sold just over 80,000 mobile phones in Thailand. And then for the second sentence, the original sentence said 24.8% of the customer said they have preferred the old design. So you can say something like around 25% or about 25% or nearly 25% of the customer say that they prefer the old designs. For the third sentence, we will be spending 1.98 million. So here you would say we will be spending just under $2 million on this new technology. And next, number 4, it will cost us $5.87. So you can change it to, it will cost us around $6 to produce this item. And next is the areas of the new office. The new office is 389 square meter. So you can use the new office is a little less than 400 square meter. So here's the rest. So you can look at this and then you compare with your answer. Next, we're going to move on to fill in the chart. Either it's a pie chart or the bar chart. So here we have the pie chart that show where people from Estland had their summer holiday last year. So when you describing pie chart, you can use the words like these sections or this part. So here, if we're going to fill in this missing word, okay. So I will read out. According to the pie chart, the most popular place for the people to spend their holiday is at home. As you can see from this segment, over 50% of the people spend their holiday in Estland. 25% went to Europe. 10% went to North America. 7% went to Asia. And 3% went to the rest of the world. So when you describe pie chart, you start with the big number. And then next, we're going to look at the bar chart that show a sales of Samsung phone from January to June last year. So the vertical lines here talk about the thousand of units sold. So 100 mean 100,000. And then this is the month from January to June. So we're going to do it together. So in January last year, Samsung sold 50,000 phones. In February, sales went up to 175,000 sales. In March, sales fell from 175,000 to 100,000 units. In April, sales increased by 200,000 units to 300,000 units. And in May, they stayed the same. Then in June, sales went up by 250,000 units to 550,000 units. So here is the answer key. And next we have the annual vehicle production from 2005 to 2009. So here, the table shows the vehicle production from 2005 to 2009. In 2005, the company produced 135,470 vehicles. Between 2005 and 2006, vehicle production increased by 20%. In 2007, the production went up to 164,820. Oh, sorry, here. However, the production dropped continually from 2008 to 2009. Okay. And next is the last exercise, which is a bit long. So here we talk about the worldwide market shares of the notebook computer in the year 2016 and 2017. So we have the list of the company. We got HP, Dell, Acer, Toshiba. So all the manufacturers of notebook computer and the market share in 2016 and 2017. So I'm going to read the missing words and then I will show you later. So here, the table gives information on the market shares of notebook computer manufacturing for 2 consecutive years, 2016 and 2017. So in both years, HP was clearly the market leader, selling 31.4% of all notebook computer in 2016 and 34% in 2017. This is a greater market share than its two closest competitors, Dell and Acer. So now we're going to look at the detail for Dell. So Dell increased its market share from 16.6 in 2016 to 20.2 in 2017. In contrast, Acer shares of the market dropped from 11.6% to 10.7%. Next, the other company has a much smaller shares of the market. Toshiba share rose from 6.2% in 2016 to 7.3% in 2017, whereas Lenovo fell slightly from 6.6% to 6.2%. Fujitsu share dropped more than half from 4.8% of the market to only 2.3%. And then other notebook company manufacturer accounted for 22.8% of the market in 2016, more than all the company mentioned except HP. However, in 2017, the other companies only make 19.3% of the notebook computer sale, less than both HP and Dell. So here is a bit, you have to read a lot of numbers here. So when you actually giving a presentation, make sure that you rehearse it quite a bit. Otherwise, you might make some mistakes or you have to look at the screen just like me. So here is the answer key for week 3. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about our assignment. So thank you and see you in the next video.